Rani, are you excited?
We're about to go see Annabelle the doll.
Actual Annabelle doll.
Yes, I'm so scared right now.
Oh my gosh. The fit.
We in this thing for real?
Top right now. So I gotta lock in, you know? Y'all, we are in New Orleans right now. And first of all, don't mind my pimple. You're gonna be seeing that the whole entire video. I know it's bad, don't mind it. But right now, we are in New Orleans. Look at this. NOLA, Louisiana's murder capital, home of voodoo, home of creepy haunted places. And right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get out the way because I see two scary dogs right there. That's Lorraine. Yo, like I'm actually about to be on myself. All jokes aside. Go piss girl. Go piss girl. I'm too short for this. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Alright, my name is Dan Rivera. I'm the Warren Senior Lead Investigator. A lot of you are wondering why we took Annabelle outside of the museum. Well, the Warren's Museum is closed to the public due to zoning issues. So our job is still to continue doing Ed and Lorraine's work and talking about these items, but also educating the public about devils, demons, and God. And I welcome all of you to share this experience with us. And I'll explain a little bit how I built that case. Infused in the stain of that case is holy water and holy oil. There's 3 crosses that I put on there that represents the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And behind Annabelle, I scribed in the Lord's Prayer behind the felt. Also, on each side is the St. Michael plaque on each side. Also, I had a priest come in and do a binding ritual on the case to contain the demon that inhabits Annabelle. Also, I have Father Bob come once a month to the museum and bless all the objects.
Guys, come on in.
Oh, that makes my day right there. Come on in, come on. We'll get to it.
Oh my gosh.
My name is Wade. I have good news for you. I'm with Nesper, one of the 5 Nesper team. This is Ryan Bule. You may remember him from Paranormal State. One of the pioneer paranormal shows that started before now you have 90 shows. But he started, and what we respect about Ryan is that he was there for the clients. He was there for the emotional and security for the clients, which is very rare. How many of you have paranormal experience? Quite a few, based on the room. Oh, good. Guess what? You've actually had 3 so far. In other words, in this lifetime, you had a paranormal experience when you went from spirit into the physical body. That bonus paranormal experience. And then you will all have another experience when you transition from the physical body into the spirit. Okay? So the more in my book, the more you know about the paranormal, the better it's going to help you in life and the passing, the death. I want to tell you about the classifications of ghosts very quickly. You have a apparition of spirit you know. It knows you. It wants the best to guide you. It would be your grandma. But they don't want to scare you, so they come in a way you'll understand, like a dream. You'll get more information out of that. Or the smell of grandpa's pipe. And then you have a ghost. And you know about them, especially in this city. So I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to say sometimes if you have things on earth that really pull you, like a wedding, for example, or a birth of a child, suddenly you get in a plane crash the day before as you're flying to the wedding. You see your body on the ground. You can't get back to it. It's not responsive. You're confused. You have no knowledge of the paranormal. There's the light. You fight it because you're so interested in the wedding. You're tagged to earth. You're really bogged down to the vibration of being back on earth. And you're angry. You're confused. The family can't relate to you. They don't see you. And time goes by, and that energy multiplies. The loneliness, the sadness, and suddenly, like attracts like. Like you all have friends that you relate to, bowling friends, movie friends, pets, etc. You hang out together. Of like interest, same thing in the spirit world, and vibrationally they gather, and suddenly they become more angrier, and they become what's called dark or demonic. Then we have the 3rd class, an inhuman spirit. You have one of the best examples in this universe right here. For example, I'm going to get there. So they were cast out of the heavens before the dinosaur. They have no path to God. You have a path to God. And they don't like you for that reason. So they want to do nothing kind to you. They want to just destroy and make you forget your divinity and your path to God. So they will create what's called acts of oppression. Acts that will scare you, beds knocking, smells, etc., etc. All this phenomena that the Warren and the Nesper team would be called in to assist the family. We're still active in cases, very active, but you never really hear about it unless you watch a podcast. Friday night, Seekers of the Supernatural, every other Friday, 8 o'clock. But we never mention the client's name. We keep them complete privacy, and that's number one for us, okay? So that's why you rarely hear of anything currently that we're doing. So this is an inhuman spirit. It has the wisdom of the ages. That's one feat they have. They know your past. They know what you got on your second birthday. They know the name of your pet, okay, when you were a child. And they'll use that against you, such as a Ouija board, dowsing rods, anything that can conjure or invite in a spirit that you're not sure who it is.
So excited you guys are here. One of the questions we've been getting is Annabelle still active? And the answer, in my opinion, is yes. So my first experience with her, and it's funny we keep saying her, because it's not really a her, it's more of an it or a they. But I just kind of slip into it because, we call it Annabelle. My first experience with Annabelle, which I'll share really quickly, Eastern Pennsylvania. One of the misconceptions is that, Annabelle never leaves the museum. Occasionally, the Warrens would bring out the items. Lorraine actually brought Annabelle and some of the items to an exhibit in Eastern Pennsylvania. And so it was right after Paranormal State had come out. And so we were there to meet with fans, meet with attendees, and people would go through kind of like a maze to see the items. And at the end, they'd come out to a room like this to get their pictures with myself and Lorraine and Annabelle. So they were showing us how they set it up. The event photographer was there, the event organizer, Lorraine, Tony, and we were like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then we get into the room and there was Annabelle. She was put on the floor. And I had never seen Annabelle. So I kind of leaned down, I'm like, so you're the doll everyone has been making a fuss about. And as I said that, or after I said that, the doll's head just kind of slumped, and then went right back up. So I about pissed my pants. I turned around.
Nodded his head.
Is this part of the act? Am I being pumped? They had all left. I guess, as I was crouching down to look, they just booked it to keep doing whatever they were doing. So I'm alone in this room with Annabelle for the first time, and this is what happened. So I'm processing this when suddenly they open up the doors, attendees start coming in, the event photographer shows up and goes, okay, picture time. And so he puts me over here, Lorraine over there, and the first 50 or so photos they had to keep retaking because I'm constantly like this because I don't want to have my back to her. You read about this stuff. I grew up hearing about Ed and Lorraine Warren as a kid, heard about Annabelle. So to have that be the first experience was a little jarring. After the event was done, I said to Lorraine, the doll moved. And she goes, well, yeah, honey, she does that. You were giving her attention. She said it so nonchalantly, like this happens all the time. There have been other instances of me having experiences in the museum, because Lorraine used to let me go in and study Ed's notes sometimes. And the only way to get to Ed's office is to go through the museum. So I'm sitting there looking at notes, and you hear what sounds like a frickin' party going on. Screams, bangings, moving of furniture, whispers, cursing. And you just look out the other end and there's nothing. So now you're sitting there for a couple hours, and to be honest, I was kind of hanging in there because I was getting the courage to go back out, because the only way out of Ed's office is to go through the museum. It's really active. Every one of those objects represents a case or a family that they helped. Now, I never got to know Ed, but I knew Lorraine.
So come on forward. You
wants to go
go
first?
because I know you want to.
Me first?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah.
There's 3 of you. I glued your shoes to the ground, but they'll get free soon.
Wants me to
Come
go
on forward,
first.
sir.
He wants me to go first. He just looked at me like, you want me to go first?
Come on, big star.
How you doing, Annabelle? I come with the utmost respect. I've heard your story all around the world. I'm filming a YouTube video. Have my friend Rani here. You know, we've heard your story as well. I come with the utmost respect, and I'd like to take a picture with you. She'd like to take a picture with you too, and all these beautiful people here.
Now, while he's doing that, it's very interesting because there is a consciousness around the doll that is aware of what he just said. If we did put up a novelist, for example, any kind of investigative material where it would allow it to talk, you would hear a verbal response. Okay, not to freak you out.
I didn't bring my equipment.
But no worries. But my point is, you will approach it, and you must remember that it's not of this dimension. So part of your this feels so weird. You can't recollect any memory or you've had in this lifetime that will associate that energy. So that's what that's all about. Chris is on the team. I'm a little bit right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
Of course.
Oh, and by the way, the whole team's here.
Yo, we just saw the Annabelle doll.
Crazy work.
And the one from the movie. And I think he just followed me on TikTok. I gotta check that out.
Like, really?
Yeah, he just followed me on TikTok. That's Lorraine Warren's son-in-law.
Just followed you on TikTok.
Just freaking followed me on TikTok. Look at that. Look at that.
Cool.
That is so cool. Yo, I'm trying to recover though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to recover. You guys, we just saw Annabelle walk past the Andrew Jackson Hotel, which is one of the most haunted hotels in this city. We didn't go in there though. But at the same exact time, I'm standing outside the Lala Lori house. That's 3 crazy things. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all so much. Put in the comment section what you want me to do next. And if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the AIM video. We went to the Myrtles, 48 hours. It was insane. It is out right now. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and tap that. I'm gonna go ahead and put that video on the screen. You know, you should be able to tap it right here. I love you guys, and iDJROCK is signing out. I love you. Rani, say goodbye.
Bye.